It is week 7 in the Big 3. Who's going to leave Las Vegas today with a little more luck on their side? All starts with Tri-State and the Killer Threes here on CBS. Let's take a look at the standings. It is crowded, to say the least, at the top. Remember, top 4 teams make the playoffs in the Bahamas. Now, it's worth noting the bottom 4 teams have been mathematically eliminated, and because of protocols and the growing threat of the Delta variant, aliens, enemies, Bivouac, and Threes Company, their seasons are over. And with that, we welcome you. I'm Ed Cohen. So great to be joined by the Hall of Famer, head coach of the Triplets, Lisa Leslie. You can feel the pressure and the playoff push. Lisa, we're 2 weeks away from that spot in the Bahamas.
You're so right, and it's beyond pressure. When you look at the standings, 5 teams tied for second place. We have no idea who's going to be in those playoff spots, but every single team's working as hard as they can to get to the Bahamas.
I'll safe to say, this game right here, important for both sides. Look at our PNC Bank rosters. Both the Killer Threes and Tri-State are 4-2. Franklin Session, captain of the Killer Threes. Nate Robinson leading Tri-State. But Lisa, in terms of overdraft protection, Dante Green delivered big in the Midwest for the Red Hot Killer Threes last week.
Dante Green has made a push for the MVP vote because he's put together back-to-back baller games. 33 points in week 5. Then he came out spectacular, shooting from 3, 4. He really put it on our team Triplets, having 23 points there, and he's just going to continue to go. But today, he's going to have a tough matchup himself, facing Earl Clark, who's also been playing really hot. As the league has moved on, Earl Clark has come on strong from outside, knocking down threes and also getting to the basket strong. That's going to be an exciting matchup to watch.
Earl Clark from Rahway, New Jersey, down the turnpike. This man's star, Dr. J.
Yes.
Julius Irving in his 4th year, leading Tri-State. Meanwhile, Killer Threes, led by Charles Oakley, who's with the 3rd member of our team. Over to John Spider Sally.
Hey, thank you. Hey, Charles, this is big day. I don't know. They got their big guy back. They got Larry Sanders back, 6'11", co-captain. What do you got in store?
You know, they got a big team. We got a team. We won 4 in a row, so we're not scared of nobody. So we're going to see when the game starts. But I love what my team doing right now, and I think they're going to do it again today.
I heard you came in like a whole day early to work on practice.
We came in and get things right. You know, when you moving things, people going to come in a different way. So we just want to be prepared. But we ready to go. I can
See, y'all didn't know that I knew that. I was spying on him. Back to you guys. Thanks, though.
All right, John. Yep, he's got eyes on the ground, to say the least. Here are the key rules presented by Verizon. First team to 50 wins. We'll get to the break when one team scores 25 points. There's no game clock in the Big 3. Free throws, you get 1 shot, either a 2-point shot from 3-point range or if foul shooting a 4-point shot. 1 shot from the 4-point circle. There are 3 of them, each 30 feet away. You nail one from that spot, could be really big for your team.
Well, Ed, looking at this game today, it's going to be really important for Tri-State to improve on their defense. That's been one of their weaknesses. They don't have a problem scoring the ball, but they do have a problem defensively. I don't know if it's just communication, but we know that Nitty Sessions has been amazing, and he doesn't score well from the outside from that 3-point line, but once he starts to drive and get to the basket, he has really been unstoppable. So this is going to be a great matchup, watching Nate Robinson also, who's fast enough, maybe, to stay in front of Nitty today.
Lisa, away we go. Killer Threes in gold, Tri-State in red. Franklin Session looking to get inside. He does, and he scores just like that. The athleticism you were talking about.
Well, that's what he's been doing week after week, and everyone knows, okay, the 3-point shot maybe not there, but who can stop him from getting to the basket?
Jay Rich, quick release. Earl Clark able to save. So for Tri-State, Richardson with Earl Clark and Nate Robinson. Josh Powell guarding Jay Rich. The scoop, nifty finish for Jay Rich.
And that's really the matchup you want. Jay Rich can't be stopped, and because they have so many bigs, in some ways, Jay Rich being smaller, faster, able to get to the basket.
Robinson going under the screens. Popped out for Franky Nitty.
And that's a shot Tri-State will live with.
Reverse not there. Green cleaning it up, and the danger if you do not hit the rim, you have to take it out, and Green with the score.
Well, just like on the playgrounds, if you shoot an air ball, the other team gets it, you get to take it right back up. We appreciate that in this league, having a lot of rules very similar to if we were playing outside on the playgrounds, especially when they start to bring the fire.
Well, we're going to get to that. Unique to the Big Three at its first year, the bring the fire rule. Session no in midair. Richardson, again, same results. Missed the rim, and Jay Rich cleans it up. So for the killer threes, Green, Powell, and Session. Franklin Session. Green go fake. The drive. Good deep by Clark, but a late whistle is going to put Dante Green at the line for a two-point shot.
Well, this is a good opportunity for bringing the fire, but when you just look at Jay Rich's his drive to the basket, no rim, there Green able to pick that up and put it in for two, and then Nitty, ball doesn't hit the rim, Jay Rich able to put that back for two.
Dante Green, you talk about big performances, scored 33 in Milwaukee. That was one shy of Joe Johnson's all-time record for scoring in a single game. And then 23 week 6 in Chicago. Earl Clark.
And I like that matchup. You can see because Tri-State switches, now you have a small down there on Green, and Powell can knock down that shot consistently. He may not make strong moves to the basket the way he used to, but he can still shoot that ball 15, 17 footer. You have to rotate and get back out there.
Out of a double. Extra feed, Clark open, corner three. Big rebound, Jay Rich. Robinson, no hesitation this time, buries the three, and I don't know about it.
Well, we know Nate the Great will always step up. He's the guy who comes in with the unknown, whether it's that defensive play, the possibility of you even getting dunked on by Nate, or him making some crazy rebound just like that.
Let's go back to Nate.
Well, Nate here with the bank three. The bank is open. Oh, I don't know if Nate called bank, but it went in, so hey, it counts.
That was like drive-through window stuff. Green bonding up with Richardson. Dante Green, stiff arm, and the finish with his right hand. The power there of the Syracuse product.
And here is just where killer threes, the matchup, Tri-State has a problem because Dante Green just too big for Jay Richardson out there. He's going to be able to have that isolation on the box pretty much the whole game.
Great D, Franky Nitty. Stolen by Richardson. And Green steals it, missed it, tip no good. Look at the fight for that, and the tip for Dante Green gets us to the 12-point break. Killer threes with the early 5-point lead.
Well, killer threes just really in and great. Their motion, their chemistry is still there, as you can see. Green taking it to the hole, recognizing Richardson, say, you're a little bit too small, fella. You're going to get a bigger body in here on me if you want to get a W today.
Leslie, John Sally with you here on CBS, and a good start again on the glass defensively and behind Dante Green for the killer threes.
Yes, Dante Green recognizing the matchup, and there's a problem. There's not a body out there big enough to slow him down. Tri-State's really going to have to figure out what to do with this mismatch, and with Nate Robinson on the floor, it's going to be tough. They need a bigger body in there. As they switch, especially on the pick and rolls.
I'm sure you lived that before. You see you're being fronted by a guard. Hey, just get it up to me. I'll do it.
Up over the top is going to be important. And then Tri-State there. Clark missing another jumper on the outside.
Franklin Session to Green. Open three. Look at Nitty. Big rebound. Killer threes, winners of 4 in a row. Session missed the layup. Had Robinson beat. Nate nails the three, and just like that, 5-point swing, 4-point game.
Well, Nate doing a great job on offense, but he's got to pick up his defense. Sessions there with the opportunity who missed the layup because Nate's going to have to make sure he keeps him off the glass.
Let's go back to the high-low to Dante Green.
Well, Green, again, recognizing he has Nate on him, down underneath. Mouse in the house, just get me the ball. That's all you got to do all day. They're going to have to do something different, though, to keep him out of bounds when you look at Nate trying to guard a big. But here, Earl Clark really struggling. The ball didn't hit the rim, and Oakley's really yelling at Sessions about just putting the ball back up.
Missed opportunity. Dante Green around but out. Richardson. Good close out by Green. Jay Rich. Saucing him up. Pull up 2. And the rebound, Josh Powell.
Again, I would like to see Tri-State with a little bit more ball movement. Maybe set some screens, not so much one-on-one right now since they're not quite in their offensive rhythm.
Charles Oakley wants a change. Mo Charlo's getting up. Jumper's good. Long 2 off the dribble. Earl Clark and Tri-State with some missed opportunities for the killer threes. Lisa back within 2, and Charles Oakley will take the timeout here for the killer threes. Timeout in Las Vegas. Off and running in the Big 3.
This is the sound of change from PNC Bank. It's the sound of 1,000 sighs of relief and of a company watching out for you. This is the sound of low cash mode from PNC Bank, giving you multiple options and at least 24 hours to help you avoid an overdraft fee. Because we believe how you handle overdrafts should be in your control, not just your bank's. Low cash mode on virtual wallet from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference.
Tri-State back within 2 at 14-12. Killer threes with the lead in Vegas. Let's take a look at the Microsoft Player of the Week. You know, Lisa Leslie, it can't always be ISO Joe. Reggie Evans really took over for the three-headed monsters last week in Chicago.
Well, when you look at the Player of the Week, that combines the Game 5 that our teams played on that Thursday as well as Saturday. And Reggie Evans just has been dominant. You know, both his ability to rebound and scoring, tough matchup for everyone. But I also thought Dante Green could have easily won MVP because he really has been consistent and helping his team hit victories win after win.
Dante Green averaging 22 per game in his last 3. Mo Charlo wide open all day. 3. Hit the rim, missed. Look at Green fighting for it. Good look, to say the least, for Charlo. Went to Nevada, played his college ball up in Reno.
Well, Charlo had enough time to shoot that ball like he was in Nevada and still missed it. So sometimes that's tough when you have too much time. You overthink the shot.
Richardson out of a double. Clark for 3. Dante Green clears it. So for the killer threes, Watson and Charlo in. Green stays on. Dante Green off the dribble. Now with 12 of the 16 for the killer threes.
Dante Green stays in his bag. He's unstoppable. And as he gets warmer and warmer, hotter and hotter throughout the game, he becomes even harder for them to stop.
Nate got it back. Jay Rich. So C.J. Watson, great defender against Nate.
And C.J. Watson loves to go to his left, drive and attack the basket. Charlo wants to stand and shoot threes, and here you go with Green for the 4-point tip.
And never hit the rim, so a 14-second violation here on the killer threes.
And that's a shot that he has 2 weeks from 4, so it's not an ill-advised shot for him to take. He is very capable of knocking that 4-point shot down.
Dr. J turning to Larry Sanders and Justin Denton off the bench along with Richardson. Sanders stripped. Good D by Green. 2 to shoot. Jay Rich. Killer threes. 0-2 start. Won 4 in a row. Watson though. Sanders cleaning it up off the miss with the slam.
Nice. Nothing worse than an air ball that allows another team to not have to clear it and make that shot. Good pickup by Saunders. Good heads-up play.
By the way, Dr. J caught the breakfast in Vegas look. Blocked by Sanders. Put back in Justin Denton.
And Saunders, he was missed not being here. You have him as a rim protector now. Nate Robinson on the bench. They got a little bit taller when you see Saunders, who comes in at 6'11", who's able to really put a hand up and possibly bother some shots on the inside.
C.J. Watson floater from the elbow is chased off the line by Richardson. This is really a nice flow back and forth. Killer threes lead by 2. Sanders the roll and the finish.
Okay, well, throw it down, big fella. Sanders said, Coach, you had me on the bench a little bit too long. I'm ready to play. I love it. Let's go.
6-year NBA vet. Clogging the paint. Green will fire the 3. Nails it. Dante Green picking up right where he left off in the Midwest. Now with 15 for the killer threes.
And Sanders is really going to have to choose whether he wants to help or stay out to guard Green. And I would choose to stay out and guard Green because he's really been able to knock down all shots other than missing that 4-point shot. Very consistent here today.
Lisa, this is shot for shot. Back and forth. Sanders cutting off Watson. Green, catch and shoot. Tip, no for Charlo. To the spot. Justin Denman. The drive, little subway push and the finish. And Dr. J saying, where's the foul on Green? Tri-State by 1.
Absolutely, and I mean, he has a reason to argue. We all saw him use his elbow and push him a little bit, but they're allowing these guys to play, and it's you know, who's going to get to the Bahamas?
How about we get to the half with a 4-point from Denman?
I love it. Denman right there on target and expecting to make that shot. Killer threes, this is going to be a great game. As we said, down the stretch, you have the top teams left, right here. And listen, everybody wants to get to the Bahamas. We're motivated about that. And Tri-State said, hey, it's not over. Denman said, what? You better check up, because the 4-point play gets us to the half. And Dr. J on the sideline loving it.
The Big 3 on CBS Sports is sponsored by Air Force Reserve. Explore your opportunities with the Air Force Reserve.
Another sizzler in Vegas, and you talk about red hot, the shooting spectacular in that first half. Tri-State leading by 5 here at Orleans Arena on CBS. Well, the Big 3 to the Bahamas for the playoffs. Tickets on sale now, big3.com/tickets. You can be there. Semifinals August 28th, the championship on September 4th, and all here on CBS. And welcome back inside here, week number 7 in the regular season. Ed Cohen with the Hall of Famer, head coach of the Triplets, Lisa Leslie. You think these two teams want to get to the playoffs? The shooting down the stretch in that first half, neither team could miss.
I'm trying to tell you, Ed, there has not been any disappointment about this game, and this is exactly what we expected. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out all the way to the end, but Tri-State with that nice comeback. That was great.
It was 26-21 first half lead. Here are the highlights. It began with Dante Green getting it done for the killer threes.
Well, Dante Green, we expected this. Taking advantage of all the posts on the block. They recognize there was a mismatch, and Tri-State doing everything they can to try and stop him. But it was Tri-State's hustle. And when Sanders came into the game, he made the difference. First dunk there off of an air ball. Then he came back and throw it down, big fella. I love it. Their defense. And then Dittman was like, oh, hand down? What? You know the saying, man down. 4-point play. And Tri-State takes the lead.
And John Sally with that man, Justin Denton.
JD, I hear you at practice yesterday shooting 3-point, 4-point shots.
Yeah, I was shooting a lot of them because, you know, they're part of the game, and it'll help us win if I can get open look.
Well, I heard Dr. J said if you don't win today, you're not going to be picked up next year, and you might have to just be his driver for the whole season.
I wouldn't mind being a driver, man. As long as I'm part of the team, anything to help my team win, get them to the game early, get them to practice early so they can get their shots up. I'll be okay with that.
See, I told you I was going to get some good stuff out of you. Back to you guys.
Lisa, the guy scores 10 in the first half, and John Saller's saying, hey, your season might be done.
You know, John, he don't know what talking to that man while he's in the middle of the game about being done with the season. He's like, let's go. I've been working on this 4-point shot. This is not just happening by chance. He's ready, and I love it because it's important to take advantage of the 4-point shot when you get it.
He's really given Tri-State a jolt. Made his debut week 4 in Dallas, scored 16 then. The scoop here now, and he's got 12 in Vegas.
Well, Denman doing a good job. I think in order to keep Sessions on his toes, you also have to attack him offensively, and that was a nice drive.
28-21 Tri-State. C.J. Watson, feet were on the line. A 2-point corner J for Watson.
Yeah, and CJ, I mean, there's no guessing with him. You know that he can put that ball in the basket from 3, but he also drives really well.
Sanders the roll, fighting to get it back. So for the killer threes, you have Session with Green and Watson. Rich defending along with Denman and Sanders. Might have carried the ball. Session not there.
And that's exactly what Tri-State talked about when I talked to them early, allowing Sessions to shoot that 3, but it's getting a little chippy on the inside. Sanders hit Green in the face. I believe it was accidental contact when they were boxing out. Green not happy about it, came back and retaliated. Just letting you know.
Now Sanders has that ability to get under an opponent's skin as we get a foul on the side here on C.J. Watson. There was the incident with Mike Taylor of the Ghost Ballers earlier this year in which both were ejected, and Sanders trying to create some real estate in the paint right now against Dante Green.
And this is a part of it. You know, the 3-on-3, it gets chippy because part of it is it's so physical, it's half court, and then Sanders is like, hey, here's a hip check for you because I'm not a punk now. And so this is, you know, a part of, and I think the great part about the 3-on-3 is that you're going to see this in this type of game because a lot's on the line here.
Another chance for the killer 3 is Session out of a double. Watson nails the 3. C.J. Watson, a couple of jumpers since halftime. Killer 3's back within 2.
And that's what makes it tough, the killer 3s, because you want to try and help because Green's doing so well dominating, but you can never forget about C.J. Watson, who can definitely knock down that 3 ball.
Back to his hometown. Watson from Vegas, of the famed Bishop Gorman High School. Nice take. Sanders with the finish.
And Sanders is going to continuously talk to Green and try and get in his head, see if you can disrupt him mentally. He's going to play physical against him. And here, Green just has to continue to do what he does. Causing that switch, though, is really an advantage for him. He's going to shoot over the top of Denman every single time. If Sanders can try and not to switch, that would be better for their defense.
Session setting a really good screen there on Sanders. Richardson has the mismatch. Their strength couldn't finish it. Overall, not bad D by Watson, but Jay Rich gets 2-point shot.
And as it gets a little chippy on the inside, you're going to see the bump. The play's getting a little bit more physical. Green there bumping on the inside. And I'm surprised Coach doesn't bring the fire right now. He has an opportunity, but maybe the game's too close, too much on the line. But I probably would have hit the button right about now. Like, let's see what happens if we go one-on-one.
Jay Rich, well, he missed the free throw. Charles Oakley's a couple of feet from us. Might have been able to hear you if you really listened in. Session breaking down Jay Rich. The crossover. Nitty, no. Hard foul. And Session is going to shoot 2-point shot.
And here's another opportunity where Coach can bring the fire if you want to see that one-on-one, but Sessions, maybe that might not be the best idea to put Sessions in a position where he can play one-on-one. You might just get more of the same. He's more likely to miss the free throw, actually, as he's right on cue.
30-28 Tri-State. Denman denied. Watson has hit a few. Not that time. Denman get a quick clear, opens things up. Jay Rich deep in the corner, hits the 3. Richardson and Tri-State up by 5.
And that was just nice. Denman again doing a nice job with the dribble penetration. With the help, Jay Rich able to knock down the jumper.
Frank Nitty, crossover, ankle breaker. Fires, no, but he's fouled, taking Denman for a ride. And that's the danger of Frank Nitty. The $1 million move, and most often it leads to a big finish.
Absolutely, and you can see Dr. J contemplating, but you don't want to bring the fire against Sessions. To put him in a situation where he's best would be one-on-one, whereas he's actually more likely to miss a free throw. It's a better decision.
Lisa, you talked about the bring the fire rule. As Session misses another 2-point shot, but that ability to take away a scoring chance at the line on a defensive foul especially. Sanders, the spin, air ball, Session no, tip no good either, and Sanders clears it. Denman for three. Sanders gets free, popped out. Richardson takes it back, up and under, got it! Oh,
nice.
Sequence in Vegas.
Nice hands right there, and second and third chance opportunities for Tri-State. But when you look at where Sanders, again, had a few opportunities on the inside, Jay Richardson coming in there strong for the finish.
That's a joke.
Do not repeat that to anyone, right?
You're gonna fight.
Do not repeat that to anyone.
The video calling device designed to bring people closer. Share something real. Portal from Facebook.
Tri-State trying to get to 5 wins, would eclipse last season's total, up by 7 right now in the killer threes. Let's take a look at the Toyota RAV4 point leaderboard. In terms of 4-point shots this year, Jeremy Pargo for Threes Company, their season's done with 5 4-point shots this year. Mike Bibby, go back 4 years ago, Lisa, with the record, knocked down 6 for the Ghost Ballers.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Pargo won't get that opportunity to pass that record. And then Perry Jones also out. So the 4-point shot not used as much this season as it was previously. But we'll see down the stretch. We've already seen one knocked down today.
Big news during this week. Big 3 trimming the field from 12 teams to 8 teams as Watson misses the 3. The 4 teams mathematically out of a spot in the playoffs. Their season is over due to concerns with the Delta variant and COVID protocols. So Threes Company, among them, Jeremy Pargo's year is done.
So the interesting thing now, they can bring the fire if they want because that ball didn't go in, or Jay Rich gets an opportunity to shoot a 3. But instead, Oak decides to bring the fire! It's my favorite part.
Had it waiting in his pocket. Time for Bring the Fire, presented by Taco Bell. Jay Rich against Mo Charlo revisited the rules for the Bring the Fire rule, which is in its first year in the Big 3. Jay Rich one-on-one with Mo Charlo.
And here's the thing, this could go really well for Charlo, or he could get dunked on. Like, really has some crossovers in his bag, his ability to get to the basket. He can do a step back 3. Like, he has so many offensive opportunities.
Lisa, what they're going to do is take a look. Was he attempting a 2 or 3? Oh, his feet look to be well behind the line.
I definitely thought it was a 3, and I believe that was the call initially on the floor. So
what happens here is they'll bring the fire, and if Charlo gets a stop, it's no points. If Richardson scores, he gets the 3.
nice. Don't you just love it? Ice Cube and the innovation. Like, let's take it to the playground here with the one-on-one. Jay Rich can really get in his bag because this is a part of his game, his quickness to get around. But you don't want to foul him here either because he settles for a jumper.
Ooh, fall away, not there. I was hoping he'd just go right to the rim and slam it, but Charlo gets a stop.
Well, Charlo does a nice job with that hold because Jay Rich could have used just one more move. You definitely want to get a foul, I think, when they bring the fire one-on-one. It's important to try to get that foul call because you also still get those points.
So Charles Oakley with The Bring the Fire challenge successful. Watson hits the jumper. Tri-State leads by 5. Denman, three-pointer, got it. Justin Denman stepping up for Tri-State. He's got 15 points, 38-30. Tri-State. Denman delivers again.
Denman said, listen, coach, I've been practicing my 3s and my 4s, and I am here today to bring it to the Big 3 with a step back. Oh, you fell down? Oh, hey, watch that. Pick that up out the net, brother.
In Vegas, 8-2 run for Tri-State. They lead the Killer Threes 38-30 here on CBS. Tomorrow night, 6 Eastern, we bring you more action for the hardwood with a WNBA showdown as the Atlanta Dream takes on Olympic medalist Skylar Diggins-Smith and the Phoenix Mercury on CBS Sports Network.
Yes, so excited to see the WNBA coming back. We just had the Commissioner's Cup, and the first ever team crown was the Seattle Storm. So the WNBA getting back on their feet and ready for the playoffs. As C.J. Watson knocks down another jumper.
That was impressive. They didn't call the foul on Sanders. By the way, you were there, Lisa, for the Commissioner's Cup. Seattle, a number of players coming back from Tokyo 4 days later and winning a midseason tournament.
Yes, gold has been great.
Jay Rich nearly made it off balance to beat the clock. So for the Killer Threes, Watson, Mo Charlo, Josh Powell. Denman guarding C.J. Watson. Sanders and Richardson also out there for Tri-State. Denied at the shot clock. Sanders with the swat and the rejection against the Killer Threes.
The defense has really picked up for Tri-State, and something that I talked to Nate Robinson before the game, something that he said they were really going to have to improve on is their defense, and that rotation there. Sanders back gives them so much protection at the rim. Get that out of here, big fella, little fella.
That's what Sanders does best, and strokes the jumper. Gets Tri-State to 40. A little pogo stick here from Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders just talking to Oakley. He talking to everybody. Anybody who wanted to trash talk today, Sanders said, I am here for it. Oh, with the block.
Denial of Green. Denman, 4-point shot again. Knocks it down. 2 from that spot. Sanders, Denman, Tri-State rolling in Vegas.
Well, you got Nick, you got Denman knocking down buckets, and Nate Robinson on the sideline dancing, block shots happening like it is going down here at the Big 3. I love it.
Session, that won't go. Charlo, big rebound. Look at the battle, and Denman escapes with it. Jay Rich for 3. Knocks it down again, and Tri-State, they've got point game. What a surge against the Killer Threes.
Tri-State really just running away with this game, from the 4-pointers to the 3-pointers. These guys are on the boards. You think they want to get to the Bahamas?
Tip, not there for Nitty. Charlo gets the bounce. Oh, Charlo, a bit shaken up, wanted a foul as well.
And Killer Three's doing a nice job just trying to stay alive, getting on the boards, getting second chance opportunities.
Both teams 4-2 coming in. Killer Threes had won 4 straight. Point game, Richardson.
And here's the thing, when it's point game, sometimes guys start to get a little bit tight here, and you really want to take your time. Denman's been in his bag. His teammates are yelling at how well he's been doing. This last point's important.
Denman for the win. In and out. Boy, has he made some tough shots today. Dante Green keeping the Killer Threes alive. Knocks down the 3. 10-point game. Lisa, Denman scored 19. Richardson with 12, along with 8 rebounds for Tri-State.
And here's the thing, Tri-State coaches are yelling at him. Dr. J saying, we only need 2. Everybody, just because you're down by 3 doesn't mean you need to settle for a 3. Get to the basket and get an easy 2 or get fouled.
Sanders, there's the 2, gets the rebound. Denman patient, breaking down Nitty. The fake, the leaner. No, but a foul. And Justin Denman has been the floor general, especially since the break for Tri-State.
Absolutely, and Denman just, again, practice makes perfect for all those kids out there watching. He talked about yesterday really working on staying in the gym longer, shooting the three-point shot, shooting the four-point shot. This season, 5.3 points. Tonight, 19. Or today, it's still really early.
You know, the 10 a.m. wake-up calls in Vegas will throw your clock off. Richardson, back leg, fadeaway's good. Jay Rich has Tri-State a point away from victory. What a flurry from Dr. J's club.
Tri-State just really turned this game around. It looked like Killer Threes were going to come out with this win, and still they have an opportunity. It's never over until it's over, but Tri-State's just been so efficient offensively today.
49-37, Killer Threes backed up against it. Can they pull off the comeback? Denman going for the steal. Foul as he was brought down against Session. Let's take a look.
And when you look at this play, I mean, the officials could have gone either way. But here's the deal. It's going to be important for Tri-State to try and finish this game strong. You only need one basket. It does not have to be a three-point shot.
Denman one-legged. Sanders denied but fouled. And it's going to be Larry Sanders for a two-point shot to win the game for Tri-State.
Well, let's see if Sanders can knock down the free throw for the win.
He's taken on all comers this morning.
Well, it was the trash talking for me. He came in ready to go. Thought he got subbed in probably too late because he changed the game and the momentum. And the reason why Tri-State gets this win is because of Sanders, his defense, his ball movement, his ability to block shots, and then putting the ball in the basket.
Tri-State wins it over the Killer Threes, 51-37. Larry Sanders, the game winner. Lisa, you mentioned the blocks, had two swats. Larry Sanders, Tri-State, 5 wins on the season. And John Spider-Sally with the big fella after his big day in Vegas. John.
All right. Took a couple of days off. You worked on your back, your wrist, came in talking smack. You already know. That's what I do. You already know. But you got in. That was unbelievable. You blocking shots. Your presence was felt. Lisa Leslie is championing you right now. I think she's your agent. You did a great job.
I love Lisa. I love Lisa. Thank you, Lisa.
All right. Congratulations.
No, thank you.
All right. See you later.
Listen, John, I just try to tell the truth when I see it. He was balling. He was the difference for Tri-State. As soon as he subbed in, the momentum and the game changed, and it started with his defense.
The check is in the mail. The commission is coming your way. Updated standings, the top 8 all vying for a spot in the Bahamas in 2 weeks. Top 4 make the playoffs. Tri-State, 5 wins. Remember, Trilogy is coming up against Power, triplets. Your team closing the day on Triller and Fight, but Tri-State with that victory puts themselves in a really good spot, especially now at the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Killer Threes.
And not only that, with Tri-State, triplets, we play Tri-State next week, so every game really important. And again, trying to punch that ticket to the Bahamas is not going to be easy.
It's a final. Tri-State, an emphatic finish to end the 4-game winning streak for the Killer Threes. Coming up, our next game, Trilogy and Power. A 4-pack of games from Vegas. One down on CBS. Jay Rich and Tri-State, 51-37 over the Killer Threes on CBS.